Welcome in to Leos out there. This is your monthly tarot reading for the month of June 2025. If you come across this video, in a different time frame, that's not June 2025. That's okay. This applies. There's not a specific, readings kind of cross time and space. So if you come across a reading or are drawn to a reading title, even though it may be, not aligned with the current timeline, definitely watch it anyways, because there could be messages for you there that you need to hear at that point in time. So definitely don't be deterred by, if it says whatever, December 2024, but if the title resonates, I would recommend you watch it. And this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Leos. Also take a look at your other reading, your zodiac signs as well, because if this one doesn't resonate, there'll be another message for you in your rising, moon, or Venus. Okay, how is everything going? We're coming to June here. We're going to hit the summer solstice this month, so we're shifting seasons. So that's exciting. It's a very abundant time. The summer represents that kind of peak of realization of the harvest. So that's the same concept of our lives. Like, this is a very abundant season. Things are flourishing. We have enough, right? The sun is shining. And it's that time to really bask in that energy. Get outside, get that sunshine, put your feet in the earth. And, we just had some pivotal astrological shifts the last couple of months. This year, 2025, the outer planets all were moving signs. So that is a big deal. It has big significance because usually the outer planets, because they're farther away, they sit longer in a sign. So they could potentially be in a sign. For example, Pluto can be anywhere from like 14 to 20 years, something like that. And we had Pluto shift last November. So that was big. Pluto moved into Aquarius. We are currently in the age of Aquarius. And we had Saturn move in May. Saturn moved into Aries. What else? Uranus moved, I think, in April. And I'll have to double check here. Let me look to see when Jupiter... Where is my book? Well, here it is. For some reason, Leos, I need to tell you this. So let's see. July. So Uranus moves into Gemini in July. So I had that backwards. And then, we have Mercury moving into Saturn on the 9th of June. Yeah, Jupiter enters Cancer on the 9th of June. So that's going to be another big one. So we have a lot of movement in the planets. Mercury and Mars, because they're closer to Earth, they move signs quicker. But Mercury will be moving into Cancer on the 8th. And also Mercury, we will enter Leo then on the 26th. So we'll have a little bit of shifting energy with Mercury. We have Mars entering Virgo on the 17th of the month. And Venus will move into Taurus on the 5th. So a lot of shifting energies here. But that big one's going to be Jupiter for you guys. All right, let's start the reading. I am kind of just a couple housekeeping things. If you are interested in a private reading, you can schedule one on my website, which is below in the description. And I got that. I also want to talk a little, I haven't really mentioned, but my books. I have 2 books that I published. They are called the Sum of Everything series, book 1 and 2. It is The Human Existence in Relation to Heaven. Those are available on Amazon if you're interested. Yeah, I really haven't been calling those out, but I felt drawn to do that. A couple people have asked, so I wanted to put that out there for you guys. That will help. It has nothing to do with tarot. It is just in general, like I said, it is kind of the human mind pondering and searching to understand the self, heaven, and the reality that is this physical life. So it is insights into the human existence and how it relates to, you know, our higher consciousness. You know, I call it heaven here, and that's really, you know, I wrote the first book, gosh, I think it was around 2010, 2011, actually. So it's been a long time, but it's kind of, you know, diving into all the things that our soul ponders, our mind ponders, and putting all those pieces together. It's also a context to help, really my writing, it helps to open up our emotional body, our connection to our heart space, and to help us understand concepts and our experience through emotions and feeling. Because, like, for example, how do we really know what love is? You know, we can throw that around. Oh, I love you. What is love? What is unconditional love? And really, until you really feel that connection to love, and not just, oh yeah, I'm in love with my boyfriend. There's this expansiveness of a new level of love, and I hate to even call it love, but it's more of when we're connecting to our true divine selves. That feeling is something that you can't explain to someone else, and you also can't hand over to someone to say, hey, I want to gift you this. It needs to be opened up within yourself. In my text, there's actually energetic frequencies within the words that help you connect to different feelings and energies, to help open that up, to help you to realize that, or to connect more with those true higher divine energies of bliss, of connection, of love. So just kind of wanted to help give some background on what my series is about. All right, Leos, let's get started here. We got some oracle cards, the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So abundance, look at that, right? Totally just what I talked about earlier about the summer. This is truly the summer. This is the summer card. It is the time of reaching the peak of abundance, the peak of kind of our harvest, of just everything in nature reaching its peak. Gateway. Definitely you're in a gateway right now, Leos, where I feel like it's opening up a portal, and abundance is going to be aplenty. So that can, when we think of the word abundance, it can, you know, be defined in anything that fits. Abundance could be abundance of money, of opportunities, of connections, of social engagements, and abundance of love. You know, however that may show up for you, but definitely for you, Leos, this is a big pivotal time. Look at that going forward. These 3 cards are some of the most abundant cards in the deck, especially the going forward as well. The going forward card also is referring to almost like a gateway. So look at this. I mean, you can't get any better than this, Leo. Like, this is probably going to be an amazing reading for you just with this foundational oracle cards here. So there's a new doorway opening up for you this month. And it's going to be one that is, I always say this card is kind of like you're moving somewhere new in a sense. Like you're something new is happening. There could be a new beginning, some new opportunity, but it's definitely greener. So this is kind of that concept of saying, is it, it's not always greener on the other side, but for you, Leos, it is actually true. Like, it's going to be greener on the other side. It's going to be better. You could be going to a period of making more money, maybe promotion, or just if, you do work with clients or have your own business, things are going to be pretty prosperous. So let's keep going here. Six of Wands, first card out underneath. So you definitely are, there's movement here to a better place. There's movement out of something that maybe has been difficult for you or challenging. But we're going to an easier place right now. Things are going to just flow easier. If you feel like you've been kind of in this resistance with kind of progress or growth in any aspect of your life, it's definitely going to become, it's going to lighten up and become easier, especially with the Six of Pentacles. So if you've been like putting a lot of work out or putting the energy out to try and be open to receive more money, or more reciprocity from, anything from relationships, people, clients, people wanting to pay you for what you offer. So there definitely could be something here around work or starting up a new project that you're trying to like turn into work or trying to turn it into something that makes you money. So you have the Fool, and I kind of hear with this card, kind of like you're laughing, right? The Fool, like you're laughing, you're jumping off a cliff into the unknown, but it's like you're laughing, you're running away, like you're getting something really easy here, and it's kind of like it's just things are very light again, lightheartedness. The heaviness is kind of like getting rid of some extra weight, maybe as well. And maybe this weight you've been carrying, thinking that for some reason, there was a reason to carry it, you realize like, oh, this had a lot to do with what was holding me back. And it definitely could be fears. You could be really working through or have been working through fears around maybe fears around your worth, or like maybe you've been trying to focus on blocks in regards to money. Like, why am I not able to progress or grow my income? And really looking at your money beliefs, a lack mentality, beliefs that keep you stuck around money. And it's interesting. I always, it's always crazy doing these readings, like the synchronicities for myself, because I literally just came across a video, and it's a guy working with a client around his money blocks. He does his own business, and he's really been trying to grow the business, but he's kind of in a place of, he hasn't been doing well. The money's kind of been drying up. He's had to put a lot on his credit cards. He's feeling this tightness, this resistance and fear around, oh my gosh, what am I going to have to do because I'm not making money? And so it's interesting, Leo, that I just watched that, and now I'm doing the Leo reading, and the cards and your reading is really in line with that messaging. And what's, again, not funny, synchronistic, but I just did the Cancer reading. And it also, same thing, the message for Cancer, I had just, again, came across some information that totally aligned. And it's almost like I'm getting the information before the readings. That's been happening more and more. So things are coming. It definitely being open. May, I feel, was a big month of like opening up to be receptive to getting some new information and guidance from our higher self, our guides, because we were going to start getting more. And I feel Even for myself, that seems to really be happening. So be open, Fool, be open to what's next. And there is definitely, this represents a new path for you, Leos. And then you got the gateway and the going forward, which also totally supports that. So there is the Lovers here. There is some sort of decision point. Ace of Cups, Five of Cups in the Chariot. So I do feel like there's some sort of decision to be made. There is some fears around this, but you are going to take the risk. There is potentially a risk in going down a new path or making a decision, trying to do something here. And I do feel like the risk is going to pay off for you. What's interesting, I've never noticed this before, but you have the Devil and the Lovers. So you have both cards that kind of have the lover figures. You have the feminine and the masculine. Same here, but in the Devil card, you see here they're chained. They're chained to each other. They're chained to the devil, and they aren't free. Where in the Lovers card, they have the freedom to choose. And that's truly what freedom is, the ability to choose, to express whenever and wherever you want, and to decide. Where the devil, it's like, the devil is essentially our own fears that keep us tied. It's the ties that bind us, whether it's karmic ties, it's fears, it's belief systems, it's ancestral, karma, it's trauma. And now we're freeing ourselves and we're making new decisions for ourselves. And I feel like that's what's happening here, Cancer. You're making a new decision that's different than what maybe you would normally do. And the fear is going to nip at you, just like in the Fool here. The dog below, it does represent fear, and that there's going to be fear always nipping at your heels. But the Fool is not. The Fool is doing something anyways, right? The Fool is going to move forward anyways, even though there are some fears, there are some risks, but the Fool is trusting in the universe, trusting in himself that everything's going to work out and be okay. And the universe is going to catch him if he falls as well. That it's all going to work out no matter what happens, whether it's a success or failure or just doing something new. It's all going to pay off here with the Ace of Cups. This represents a new opportunity for great fulfillment, new emotional connections that's going to help override some sort of grief or sadness from the past, I feel. Maybe there's been some loss, and which also is part of the fear. It's your loss. It's what happened in the past that kind of is the thing nipping at your heels of, oh, do you want to do that again? Remember you did that one time and it didn't work out. Or like jumping into a new relationship. I mean, there's always risk there. Am I going to get hurt? Is it going to work out? But you kind of just have to do it, right? You have to go into it blindly trusting, but also being cautious, right? Being discerning. But with the Chariot, things are going to move forward. Things are moving forward really fast. There's definitely two cards here that represent movement, moving forward, moving down a new path. So I do like this for you, Leos. So let's keep going here. So we have the King of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and ooh, the Justice came out in reverse. So I'm gonna keep that in reverse. I feel like there's some resistance here to some sort of karmic balancing out here. Maybe you feel like you're not getting the justice you deserve. This could be around a pattern of anger that, why do I keep, it's kind of the thing of, I keep trying and trying, and it's like nothing works out for me. That could be a belief system, or, it could be a reality. You feel like, it's a pattern of like you want something, like it's your dream or it's your goal or it's a wish. And it's like, try as you might, it just always doesn't work out for you. And there's a little bit of anger and resentment here. I do feel like with this Knight of Swords too, this Knight of Swords is kind of going at this King of Cups. So there's a little bit of like this, like, I'm ready for battle. Like you're almost already prepared for it to turn ugly, or it to, that you are like, I'm already ready to protect myself here. And this to me is a karmic pattern. And this is what needs to kind of break or be integrated here. This could be a love potential with the King of Cups, or just someone that comes into your life that you're already on guard with this person. So this could be what's tied to the new opportunity here. And it could be love. It could be someone, you know, a business partner, or someone who really, it could be work related, a new boss. So we have two kings here. Interesting. King of Pentacles, Ten of Cups right in the heart of the reading. I like that. And then the Moon. Yeah, there is a lot of unconscious fears, or again, belief systems. The Moon is all the stuff really deep that's really unconscious. And tied with the Justice card in reverse, this is like things not working out for you, and like it's created a lot of fear and trauma unconsciously for you. And this is what really, like I said, needs to be worked through. The High Priestess, Four of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. So you're definitely protecting yourself here, and it's because of your past, right? Like these protective kind of instincts of, I always need to, I don't feel safe, I need to protect myself, I need to prevent myself from getting hurt again, or some sort of failure. There could be some fear around money, and really needing to like tighten down the money straps here because of a situation that hasn't been going well. But there's some energy here moving in with this Eight of Wands. This could be communication, or movement, or travel. But something's helping you to move you forward out of like this pattern. We need to get out of the pattern here. There is two different people here. So there could be multiple people at play in your life in this situation that's causing you to kind of react a certain way, or kind of feel like, oh, I got to be on guard here. But there's some sort of higher information coming in. The High Priestess, like, you know already, like maybe you're becoming more wise and aware of your patterns. But this could also be divine information coming in to help you work through this, so that you can turn something into a Ten of Cups. You're going from the Five of Cups up to the 10. So you're making a big jump here. And I feel like your guides, your higher self, are really trying to support you and open up new opportunities here. So the two kings could be tied to a new opportunity. And you're just a little like, I don't know if I can trust this. I don't know if I want to take the risk here. But let's talk to these two kings. What say you? It could be a potential opportunity for a trip. Yeah, it is something about an offer here, because I'm picking up on this Four of Cups. You see here behind this person here, the universe is offering something, and he's not noticing it because he's too focused on what he doesn't have, what he's lost, like all his failures from the past, disappointments, things that didn't work out for him. But I feel like these two kings are like, it's the divine universe bringing them in your life to offer you something that's really going to be bringing abundance for you. It's also going to help in some aspect in your life to make things easier. Okay, so they could be offering something that's going to help you do things easier. Maybe it's a job that's going to be, you know, easier for you, not as difficult. What's the Justice in reverse and Moon? Queen of Swords. You're cutting through the BS. You're cutting through the BS. You're cutting through the patterns. I really feel like you're really finding awareness and clarity around yourself, and around the things that have kept you stuck in all this unconscious stuff. And you're like, yeah, no more of that. I'm getting clarity. I feel like there's better communication as well. So if you see these two, we have a King of Wands and then the Queen of Swords. So they're facing each other, and she has her hand towards him. Like she's clearly communicating something to him that's very clear, very straightforward, but very strategic and honest, you know, because the swords are also about truth and honesty. And I do feel like this King of Wands is receptive to this. And so there's something about really, this could be about setting boundaries, about setting expectations, about relaying maybe some of the fears also about the situation. And again, I do feel like this, whoever this is receptive. So there is some sort of scenario for you guys, Leo, in June. I do feel like there could be a couple people at play here in the situation. There could be two people, or three. But I feel like this person is honest. They're coming from a place of the heart, right? There's some sort of truth around how they represent themselves. And look at this, under is the Star card. So this could also be saying, this is what I really want. This is my dream. This is what I want. And this King of Wands to me already has everything that you could want. And this person's going to help you. So whether this is a new opportunity for a relationship, or this could be a new opportunity in business or in a job, I do feel like this person is really the person who's going to be the messenger or person to open up this new opportunity, to give you exactly what you've been dreaming of and asking for to the universe. And what's the Eight of Wands? Yeah, that's you grounding in and really making something a reality now. Something that's really grounded, that's rooted in your experience. This is a true physical experience for you. I do feel like you're going to feel really good about this. You're going to be creating your own abundance, and things are going to be moving fast for you. Ooh, big transformation here. This is definitely something really new. The transformation includes an inner transformation of you finally seeing the value in what, either the value of this new opportunity, or this is about learning a lesson too. It's really getting the lesson from the past on why maybe you were stuck in a pattern, why things didn't work out. And now things, you're really cutting out all the confusion. You're cutting out the patterns, the behaviors, the beliefs, even just cutting out anything physically in your life that just doesn't align anymore, or just it hasn't been working for you. And you know it, right? I feel like you know it with the High Priestess. Like, you know, whatever, maybe there's certain people in your life that you know have not been good for you. They're not in line with kind of where you're going, or how you want to live your life at this point. So, but this is your focus, the Ten of Cups here. This is in the heart. So this is the main root of what's happening in June, so that you can realize the Ten of Cups and bring in some new opportunities. Like I said, things are going to start flowing and be easier in June. I feel like June has been a pivotal point that I've been channeling in, it's what's been coming in for the reading since the beginning, even the end of last year. We knew March was going to be a big kind of portal point, and then June. So looking back at like what happened in March for you to help shift you, to get you prepared and ready for June, which is where we're at. So I think this is the big kind of change with the Death card. Don't be afraid of the Death card. The Death is bringing the change needed that you've been really needing and wanting to happen. And that's what's going to bring the clarity and help to now clear, because there's been stuff blocking you from realizing this or having new doors open for you, and they're finally going to come in June. All right, Leos, thank you for joining in. Have a great June. Like the reading if this resonated for you. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. Definitely helps me. It helps you guys. I can put more content out and help you guys more. And yeah, have a good start of your summer, and I will see you in the next reading.